So to unlock the power of Painter, which is of course the main goal of this program, is to turn you into not only a good user of Painter, but a power user. We really need to get into the directory structures of the way in which Painter organizes the files. Now there's really two primary places where you can find the files that are important for Painter. And I'm going to show you both of them. I'm going to show you why you would want to have shortcuts to both of these folders on your desktop exactly the way that I do. See, I have my Coreal Painter 12 icon right here, and then I have a shortcut to the Painter 12 install folder, and I also have a shortcut to the Painter 12 user folder. Now over here you also notice that I have the Painter 12 work files, and this will be important in just one second. So assuming that you've downloaded and you have in your possession the work files, the first thing that we want to find is the Painter 12 install folder. Now, that will be in different places on different systems, but if you go in my system here to the C drive, and then we go over to Program Files, and Coreal, and Painter 12, there is our install folder. Everything that is sort of the default way that Coreal comes is in this install folder. Now the way that I recommend that you do this is just to close out of that one. And by the way, I'm going to hold down Shift and I'm going to click on this X back here, and it's going to close everything that's behind. And then my recommendation is to go ahead and just context click or right click, depending on if you have a 3-button mouse, and drag this to the desktop and drop it. And what you'll end up with is a menu. And what we want to do is we want to create a shortcut here. I already have a shortcut, so I'm not going to create the shortcut. But once you have that shortcut, you can feel free to rename it whatever you want to. So that's fairly straightforward. The other one here is our Painter 12 user folder. Now this one's a little bit more complicated, but I'll point out to you where this is and how to access it. So we're going to go back over to my computer, go to the C drive, go to Documents and Settings. Now in this instance, my profile for this particular user is recording, so I'm just going to go ahead and open recording. And you'll notice here that I have a folder, and it's kind of grayed out. It's called Application Data. If you don't see this folder, then make sure that you go up to Tools, Folder Options, go to the View tab, and then make sure under Hidden Files and Folders that Show Hidden Files and Folders is enabled. If it's not, then you will not see application data. So if we can see application data, then double click on it. And in here you'll find a Coreal folder. And in there you'll find a Painter 12 folder. Now this will be our user directory for Coreal Painter 12. And anything that we're doing with regards to workspaces and brushes and all that kind of fun stuff is going to be held in this directory. So we're going to want to have easy access to this. So again, I recommend that you just close out of this one, grab this Coreal Painter 12 folder, context click and drag it out to the desktop, and again drop it on the desktop and say Create Shortcut here. I've already got one, so I'm just going to hit Cancel. I'm going to hold down Shift and click on the X here to close out all of those windows. And so you can see here that I've got the Painter 12 install folder, which directly opens up all of my install directories, including the most important one, which will be brushes. Now the reason why I say that brushes is very important is because right now I want you to do something in this install directory, which is under the brushes folder, which is where I'm at right now. I want you to unzip the file named jasonbrushes.zip in the work files, and I want you to drop it into this folder right here to be alongside the Painter brushes and the Painter 12 brushes. The Painter 12 brushes are your default Painter 12 brushes. The Painter brushes are your Painter 11 brushes. But Jason brushes are a whole suite of brushes that I've created specifically for you, or I've modified from existing brushes so that we can get even better results from Painter. Now, a lot of these brushes are going to require that you're using the Wacom art pen, so I highly recommend that you do that you use the art pen, and try my Jason brushes as we're going through here. It's really, really nice. Now, the advantage of having Jason brushes here in our install directory is that if we wipe out all of our workspaces, which I'm going to show you how to do in the very next video, it will not affect Jason brushes. Jason brushes will remain intact, and no matter what changes you make to any brushes in Jason brushes, you will always be able to get back to my original brushes because they'll be sitting here in the install directories, which are never changed unless you manually change them. So obviously a very, very handy thing. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and in the next video, we're going to open Coreal Painter for the first time.